we have the reach, and we have things like the Artie Awards, and there's cultural festivals, and we have parades and things. But I think that arts definitely need more of an investment. I think that we need more places where we can host events, which would be great. We need to have more venues in the city so we can be able to showcase a variety of those things. And I think that encouraging the creative nature of the next few generations is extremely important. Investing in arts is just as important as investing in all other things. I enjoy wrestling because it allows me to creatively be me, but doing it in a way that nobody else does it. And
every type of art and every culture is important to me in every way. I have friends who are artists. They're amazing artists, amazing, truly amazing. And I applaud their efforts, but they get so little exposure. A friend of mine did an art show down at a local pub downtown with a friend of hers who is also an artist. And the turnout was very small because there is no advertising. There's no, hey, come on down and see what these people can do. And again, with the youth centers, with the homeless shelters, all of these things can be tied together. These people are going to get that exposure. They're going to be able to say, hey, this is what I do, this is what I believe, this is what I love. And everybody's gaining something by that, including the community. Every person that's involved, every person that gets to view the artwork, every person that gets to hear the music, every person that gets to read the book. If we can't support it with money, can we support it in other ways? Is there other things that we can do? So I think we can incorporate those things without a great deal of cost.
Well, arts and culture, I think, is something that we undervalue. When I went to school, I think we had, now maybe it's just me, but I thought we had way more arts and culture, or arts and music, dance in school than what I see today. And part of the reason I think comes back to money. So the first thing that happens is things that aren't readily visible, but I think that art, music in particular, does something to our inner being and makes us a more complete human being. Like we're attracted to it. I can't explain why I'm attracted to it, but there's nothing, especially after a tough day, to sit and listen to some music and just let it sink into your inner man, for me, or inner woman, and appreciate that there's more to life than the stuff that we chase around after all day long. This community is a bit behind in lots of areas, not just arts and culture, sports, the same thing. We're the 5th largest city in British Columbia. I think number 32 or 34, I can't remember, in Canada. We're not a little teeny village anymore, and we have to do some things differently. Where do we want to go? What do we want to be when we grow up? What do we want to look like when we get to 200,000 people? Is it just more of the same, sprawl, keep pushing this out? Or are we intentionally, or to be intentional about where we're going?
I've spoken to sports in a dramatic way, and that's a topic that I'm more comfortable with. That does not mean to the detriment of the arts as well. And I've messaged people recently in the arts community. I believe that people do actually want these facilities. They see it as actually being a little bit insulting when a program is acknowledged that it is necessary, but then it's put into the master plan for 25 years down the road. You are seeing a stark contrast between myself and candidate Braun, that he would say we need to stay the course and just build the surpluses, but I'm not even sure that's financially intelligent, because construction inflation is going up at much higher rates. And when the city builds these surpluses, they are mandated. They are not allowed to put that money at risk. They're only allowed to invest that money so that they're basically earning 2% a year.
Well, I'm not an artist myself, but I'm not the kind of person who says, well, if it's not interesting to me, it can't have any value. I expect it does. Some of what we've spent our art on is, I hope the creator of the big berries near my house doesn't listen to this thing, but I think they're ugly. I don't know, $60,000 or something. And most of the people in my neighborhood, if they think about it at all, they think it's ugly. So what's the point? You know, like, why take public money in such huge chunks? Why don't you use smaller amounts and help more artists instead of massive, you know, displays of ugliness?